Interruptions are an inevitable part of communication, but they don't have to undermine your confidence or disrupt the harmony in your relationships. To address interruptions effectively, it's essential to understand their roots. Some interruptions are intentional, driven by personality traits or cultural habits, while others stem from misunderstandings or the dynamics of workplace behavior. Regardless of the cause, they can create barriers to productivity and mutual respect. The Stoics teach us to approach challenges like interruptions with calm and rationality. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This wisdom encourages us to focus on controlling our reactions rather than trying to change others' behavior. When faced with interruptions, maintaining composure and clarity is the first step toward transforming the interaction. Empathy is another critical element in understanding interruptions. As Epictetus advised, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. By recognizing the emotions and intentions behind interruptions, we can respond with sensitivity rather than frustration. This shift in perspective allows us to see these moments as opportunities to strengthen our communication skills and reinforce boundaries with respect. Relationships thrive when built on mutual understanding, and communication improves when we approach interruptions with patience and discernment. Instead of viewing them as obstacles, consider them moments to practice the Stoic principles of calm, control, and rationality. In doing so, we not only uphold our self-esteem, but also foster a culture of respect in every interaction. When faced with interruptions, our instinct may be to assert ourselves immediately, but Stoicism teaches us a different approach: the power of patience and silence. Allowing the other person to speak first may seem counterintuitive, but it can disarm defensive behaviors and create a more open environment for dialogue. Marcus Aurelius once reflected, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This philosophy reminds us to focus on maintaining control over our responses rather than being consumed by frustration. Letting others express themselves first does not mean surrendering your position. Instead, it demonstrates emotional intelligence and respect, showing that you value the other person's perspective. This act often shifts the dynamic of the conversation, encouraging them to reciprocate with the same level of attentiveness. Seneca beautifully captured this idea. "It is a great thing to know the season for speech and the season for silence." By practicing courage and patience, you free yourself from the impulsivity of reactionary behavior. Silence, a core Stoic strategy, also plays a pivotal role. Taking a moment to pause before responding allows you to assess the situation rationally, ensuring your words carry clarity and purpose. Listening attentively during this pause can reveal underlying emotions or intentions behind the interruption, equipping you with insight to respond effectively. This approach fosters not only respect, but also productivity. By prioritizing active listening and patience, you transform interruptions into opportunities for meaningful engagement. Whether in the workplace or personal relationships, letting others speak first is a subtle yet powerful way to command respect and maintain harmony. As Epictetus advised, first learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. Dealing with repeated interruptions requires more than patience. It demands assertiveness. Stoicism teaches us to respond with calm confidence, maintaining control over our emotions while setting clear boundaries. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This wisdom reminds us that even when faced with persistent disruptions, our reactions remain within our control. Assertiveness begins with the choice of words. Using names and direct phrases can help reorient a conversation without escalating tension. For instance, if someone repeatedly cuts you off, you might say, "I understand your enthusiasm, but I'd like to complete my point before we continue." This approach demonstrates confidence and respect while reclaiming your voice. Tone is equally important. Stoics emphasize the power of rationality, encouraging responses that are calm yet firm. Avoiding emotional escalation ensures your message is received clearly and minimizes potential conflict. Seneca observed, "A person's worth is measured by the worth of what they value." This reinforces the importance of prioritizing respect and reason over impulsive reactions. Another effective strategy is to acknowledge the interrupter's point briefly before redirecting the conversation. For example, "That's a valuable insight, but I'd like to finish my explanation first." This technique validates their input while re-establishing control over the dialogue. In workplace scenarios, interruptions can undermine productivity and morale if left unchecked. Addressing them assertively sets a precedent for respectful communication, fostering a culture where everyone feels heard. Epictetus offered guidance for such moments. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. By focusing on solutions rather than frustrations, you demonstrate leadership and strengthen relationships. Ultimately, assertiveness is about balancing boundaries with empathy. Through Stoicism, we learn that a controlled, thoughtful response commands respect, ensuring that interruptions do not derail our communication or diminish our confidence. Interruptions often stem from unclear boundaries or challenging dynamics, whether in personal relationships or workplace interactions. Stoicism offers a framework for navigating these situations with courage, discernment, and integrity. Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This principle emphasizes the importance of aligning actions with values, especially when setting boundaries. To establish boundaries, clarity is essential. When interruptions become habitual, a direct but respectful approach is required. For example, "I value your input, but I need to finish my point before we continue." Let's ensure everyone has a chance to speak. This communicates your position firmly while encouraging mutual respect. Stoicism teaches that this balance between assertiveness and empathy is vital for maintaining harmony. Adapting communication methods can also help navigate difficult situations. In professional settings, shifting to email or written communication might provide structure and reduce interruptions. Epictetus offered timeless advice for such scenarios. "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." This reminds us to approach these adjustments with humility, encouraging collaboration and learning. Courage, another key Stoic virtue, is crucial when addressing persistent interruptions or toxic dynamics. Setting boundaries requires the resolve to uphold them, even in the face of discomfort. Seneca observed, "Brave men rejoice in adversity, just as brave soldiers triumph in war." This perspective reinforces the idea that confronting difficult situations strengthens character. By practicing discernment, you can determine when to address interruptions and when to redirect the conversation. For instance, if a meeting becomes unproductive due to frequent interruptions, calmly suggesting a structured agenda or turn-taking can restore focus. This approach reflects the Stoic commitment to rationality and constructive solutions. Ultimately, setting boundaries is an act of self-respect and a pathway to more meaningful communication. When guided by Stoicism, these actions foster integrity, strengthen relationships, and ensure that difficult situations become opportunities for growth and understanding. Mastering the art of handling interruptions is not just about silencing distractions. It's about transforming these moments into opportunities for growth and improved communication. Stoicism provides a roadmap for achieving this by cultivating empathy, patience, and clarity in all interactions. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This perspective encourages us to approach interruptions with composure and integrity rather than frustration or defensiveness. Effective communication begins with self-awareness. Recognizing your own tendencies and triggers allows you to respond rather than react to interruptions. This self-mastery, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, helps maintain focus and respect during challenging conversations. Epictetus reminds us, "First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." Understanding your strengths and areas for improvement ensures you remain grounded and authentic in your communication. Handling interruptions with empathy fosters stronger relationships, both personally and professionally. Listening attentively, even when interrupted, demonstrates respect and opens the door to meaningful dialogue. Seneca captured this sentiment perfectly. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Responding with kindness, rather than frustration, often diffuses tension and sets the tone for a more productive exchange. Clarity is another key element. Using concise, thoughtful language ensures your message is understood, even amidst interruptions. For example, a simple statement like, "I hear your point and I'd like to add to it," seamlessly reclaims the floor without alienating others. This approach reinforces mutual respect while maintaining control of the conversation. By handling interruptions thoughtfully, you not only improve your communication skills, but also model behavior that inspires respect and collaboration. Stoicism teaches us that every interaction, no matter how disruptive, is an opportunity to practice patience, empathy, and rationality. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. This wisdom encourages us to rise above minor frustrations and engage in conversations with purpose and grace. Enjoyed this video? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on communication, stoicism, and personal growth. Let's keep the conversation going.